Hey everyone, Leo Bond here. I'm back again today to check out another cool toy for the Best Buy Canada plug-in blog, and this time I'm taking a look at the Sphero BB8 with all new force band accessory, which is basically just a wrist-worn control device that allows you to command your BB8 through the power of the force. Now, in reality, it's just a gesture-based command gadget that uses Bluetooth to send wireless signals to your BB8 unit. So, essentially, BB8 reacts and responds to your own arm movements, and that is pretty freaking awesome. So, one thing that I should mention right off the bat is that you can purchase the force band separately if you already have the original BB8. And force band is 100% backwards compatible, so it will work with the existing toy. But what I'm reviewing here today is actually a set, so both BB8 and the force bands together. And what's different about this particular BB8 unit is that it actually has a dirty or muddy paint scheme or color deco, so it's a true variant for all of you hardcore Star Wars collectors out there. So let's just take a closer look at the force band itself here, because after all, that is the real attraction here, isn't it, today? Now, one thing that I'll say about this thing right off the bat is that Sphero has gone a long way to give this sort of a Star Wars aesthetic, and I think they've done a really nice job. And they've kind of distressed it to make it look like it's been through a few battles. It's got the little Rebel Alliance logo there. Very, very nice overall. And it's super lightweight as well. It hardly weighs anything, and that wouldn't necessarily speak well to durability or toughness, but this actually feels almost like metal. I'm sure it's probably plastic, but it definitely feels very, very solid. So, that gives me confidence in it. Now, of course, it attaches to your arm with just a cloth strap here, and there is a Velcro bit for adjusting the size. So virtually any sized arm can handle this thing. An adult, a child, no problem at all. Maybe even an adult. Now, of course, the clasp is just a plain old magnet there, and it holds pretty well, and I don't really think that this would come off during play, so I'm pretty impressed with that as well. It feels nice on the arm. It's very comfortable to wear, and like I say, super lightweight. This little bit here is just a little rubber covering over the power port there. Of course, this guy uses a USB charging cord, and the set here actually comes with two, one for the BB8 itself and one for this thing here. So overall, not a bad looking job, and yeah, I'm very impressed with Sphero for putting this out. Definitely a keeper. Now, the way the force band works, as I mentioned earlier, is through your own arm movements and gestures. So there's one called force push, where as you push your arm forward, BB8 will move away from you. And then there's also one called force pull, which is just the exact opposite of force push. And there's another called drive mode, which is just a total free-for-all, where you can kind of move your arm all about, and BB8 will just sort of follow wherever you direct him to go. So it's very, very cool, and I do have to admit that I'm pretty impressed with this set overall. There's even some really neat lights and sounds, both in the force band itself and in the BB8 unit.
Control your droid. You may now control your droid.
Of course, the BB8 unit itself can do all of the same interesting and fun things that last year's version could do, thanks to the app, which of course is free, and you can use it whether you're on an Android or an iOS-based device. No trouble there at all. Most of you are probably already familiar with a lot of these little functions, but there's of course the little one where he can shoot the holograms out. You can even record your own message to make a hologram. It's all very, very neat. But the last thing I'm just going to show here is I just want to put up a picture of both last year's color version and this year's color version, just so you can see the difference between the two. And that's where we're going to leave off for now. Overall, this is a very nice little set. I was pretty impressed with it. It's a whole lot of fun. And of course, there's much, much more in the written review at the Best Buy Canada plugin blog. So do go ahead and check that out. As always, this is Leo Bond signing off and saying thanks everyone for watching, and have an excellent day.